So internal boundaries. Internal boundaries is something I struggle with a lot.
Yeah, me too. And it's an everyday process.
It is. I feel like that's why it's healing,
Mhm.
is because you have to heal
Mhm.
as you're going. Nobody's going to be perfect at first
No, and it's a constant reminder.
of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bitterness comes with a lot of it.
Oh, for me too, when I first started my journey, I had to remind myself on a daily basis of not to talk bad about myself. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's not just talking bad about myself, it's talking bad about the other person. Like, I feel like the other person that, you know, is part of the healing, because it's not just you,
Right.
whether it's your fault, whether it's their fault, whether it's the mailman's fault.
Yeah.
That's been a big thing for me is the remembering, I guess, and then I get angry again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I have to try to implement. So that part sucks.
Yeah, the hardest one of the internal boundaries is the self-talk, and I really struggled with that a lot
Mhm.
because as you know, when you're in a DV relationship
Mhm.
and that constant being put down,
And then the constant, I'm worthless.
yes, and
It's my
then
fault
unlovable and all the things, you start thinking that about yourself. And
all the time.
you just kind of get to the point to where like you actually believe it.
Oh, 100%. I think that's why you stay so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know it's why I did.
It's brainwashing on top of the abuse,
Mhm.
you
Because
know?
it's a mental.
Mhm.
They're getting in your head.
Yep.
The amount of times that I was told I was a 4 and I was fat and
Mhm.
it was my fault because, I wasn't prettier.
Yeah.
I didn't work harder,
Yeah.
or I was angry. If you question, that's the biggest, you know what I mean? When you
Mhm.
question and then it gets flipped on you, like,
The projecting.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's usually when you know.
Well, once it's recognized,
Right.
then you know.
And the bad
But
part
it
is,
took me years
but you know.
to admit it
Right.
that I was in that
That's it. The admitting it.
because I didn't tell nobody.
Mm-mm,
Nobody.
mm-mm. No, because you're also ashamed at the same time because
Mhm.
internally,
Mhm.
you know what's happening is wrong. You know other people would be angry for you,
Mhm.
and you also don't want pitied.
Right. I was raised very prideful,
Mhm.
so I definitely was not trying to.
Be pitied.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Mm.
So,
Well, the self-talk and being in your own head, that
mhm.
one's definitely a because I think that's an in the moment thing that you just get so accustomed to.
Yes, so I have a really good example of that. So, it's almost like if you would, let's say they told us that we were unlovable, so you write down unlovable
Mhm.
on a Post-it note, stick it to yourself, write down ugly, stick it to yourself. Write down, that, stick it to yourself. Write down like all the things.
Mhm.
And not only are they labeling you to others, you're labeling yourself as you're believing
Mhm.
those things. So the hardest part for me was taking those labels off
Putting new ones on?
and replacing them with I'm lovable.
I'm worthy.
I'm worthy. I am pretty. I am cute. Like all
Mhm.
the things.
Right.
Like that was really hard. That
And
is a
bringing that stuff into
daily.
new relationships
Yeah. Yeah.
because you immediately then the internal dialogue,
Mhm.
the self-talk,
Yes.
you're automatically gonna go to,
Mhm.
"Oh, why do you even like me?" Do you know how many times I've said that?
Yeah.
Even in a long relationship.
Mhm.
Like, "Why do you even like me? Are you sure you like me?"
Yeah.
I think it's mainly because you don't like yourself,
Yeah.
which sucks, but it's true.
When you're at that kind of a bottom,
Mhm.
it's really hard to pull yourself out of it.
And when you've had so much trauma,
Mhm.
constant reminders of everything that sucked in your life,
Yeah.
it's hard to get out of that. Even when you feel like
Mhm.
you're doing good, like the depression of it all. Like when you go to a low,
Mhm. Yeah.
that pops.
And not only that, but like my entire life, I never was diagnosed with depression or ever said that I was depressed.
Mhm.
But looking back,
Mhm.
clear.
As day.
Yeah. So clear. And it's just like, oh,
That's what that was.
so now I know
Right.
that when I'm tired and just want to lay in bed all day.
I'm not actually lazy.
Yes, I was a little depressed from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stuck
absolutely.
in freeze, basically.
Mhm.
That's what, like, I've figured out over the years that because everybody talks about, flight or fight,
Mhm.
and I was stuck in that for most of my life. I've been stuck in, you know, fight or flight,
Yeah.
and I fly. That was my MO most of my life
Mm.
is I would just go
Yeah.
before it could get too hard, before it
Mhm.
could get too bad in a new situation
Yeah.
or get uncomfortable. I would just go.
Yeah.
And then as I've gotten older, I've been there. The new one was added, the freeze.
Mm. Mhm.
So like in my head, I'll sit there and I'll I'll talk to myself. Talking to yourself is easy when you're crazy, I guess. Uh, but I would talk to myself and I would just be like, I want to get up. I want to make this big meal. I want to
Yeah.
feel normal again. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna shower. And of course my anxiety and my brain doesn't ever shut off. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. Stupid. You're not gonna have 2 hours of sleep. You're in your 40s. That's not gonna happen. But in my brain, I'm like, yes, I want to do this. I'm gonna exercise. I'm
Mm.
gonna read my Bible. I'm gonna do my devotions. I'm gonna
Mhm.
pray. I'm gonna drink my coffee. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, physically, I can't do any of that.
Yeah.
I try. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm gonna get up and go clean the kitchen, and then I'll get, maybe not. I'm just gonna watch one more episode. I'm just gonna read one more chapter.
Don't get me started on the one more episode. I'll watch the whole season.
I'll watch the whole dang show.
Yes. Oh
But
my gosh.
Mike will come home and I'll be like, what are you doing? I'm on season 4 or something. Whether it's Grays, whether it's, One Tree Hill, or I have my comfort shows.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
another big thing for me is I immerse myself in whatever I'm watching or whatever I'm reading
Mhm.
because I feel like that's better than my reality.
Mhm.
I want those lives, not just the never ending. money of it all from even the poor people on the shows, you know what I
Right.
mean? But like the interaction,
Yeah.
the feeling of belonging, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
And then because you tell yourself, in your everyday life, you're talking in your head and you don't belong.
Mhm.
But in the show or in the book, it doesn't matter because you're not you. You're somebody else.
Right.
So
The
I've done that a lot.
character.
Exactly. You play your part,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what you do in everyday life. You play your part.
Oh, for sure. I would put a mask on.
Hmm.
When it all came out that I had suffered the way that I had suffered being in that relationship,
Hmm.
everybody was baffled. Everybody.
Hmm.
Nobody had a clue
Hmm.
because I was like,
Good at hiding it.
yeah, absolutely.
You were a different
Absolutely.
person. And like
Mhm.
as you get older, because as I've gotten older, I find it hard to put on the mask anymore. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
I don't
Very
want to.
exhausting. Yeah.
So that part sucks.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
another big one is emotional regulation.
Mm. Mm. That's a good one.
That one's hard. I'm emotional.
Yeah.
People make fun of me. My siblings call me a crybaby and then other things after that. But because I cry at everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel everything that everybody's throwing at me. So if
Yeah.
somebody's in a good mood around me, then I'm so happy. If
Mhm.
somebody's sad, then I'm sad. Somebody's angry, I'm angry. And if I have time to sit and process on my own, and I'm like,
Mhm.
how your mind goes back to everything,
Mhm.
then I'm angry and I'm sad all at once.
Right, right. Yeah. So, I had a lot of the emotional reactions,
Mhm,
and I definitely never paused to do a response
mhm,
because all I knew was that back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And in one situation, like some things had blown up, and I'd come out of the house and see a pile of my belongings on fire.
I've done that.
And it's like things that you can't get back. It's,
Mhm.
you
The
know,
important stuff.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, you know, baby pictures and, like all these things. And you're just like, that the devastation from it.
Mhm,
I just remember I went numb.
mhm,
My crying stopped.
mhm.
My reaction stopped. And I just like had that look of shock, and I took off walking down the street.
Mhm.
Like, I need to be anywhere but here.
See, my reactions are the opposite.
Well,
Once
I was
my
pushed to
crying
that point.
once my crying stops, run. Like, I don't have any other advice for anybody.
Yeah.
But if I am upset enough and that switch gets flipped, run. Because I will break everything.
Oh my gosh.
I don't fight fair. I
Mm,
fight from emotion.
mhm.
And if it breaks me to the point to where I'm no longer sad about it and I hit sad to mad, I black out. I can't control it after that. Now I've worked on it. That's part of
Yeah,
the healing.
same.
I'm healing. I'm not healed.
Right, right.
Jesus is working overtime because I'm trying. I
Feel
am.
you
I
on
try.
that.
I put my best foot
Mhm.
forward. I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, and
Mm.
but it's hard
It is hard. Very
when
hard.
you get pushed so long to where you have no emotions
Mhm.
and you're not
Yeah.
allowed to feel your emotions, and then all at once you just start,
Mhm.
because you're like, screw this, I'm doing what I want. I'm a grown person.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to be upset about something.
Yeah.
That's when I went crazy.
Mhm.
But now I'll breathe. Gotta say in my head, calm down. They want that reaction from you.
They do. They feed on it.
hmm
Absolutely.
Don't give them the satisfaction
Yes.
of losing control.
And if that's something that you can master
hmm
at any point in your life,
hmm
you walk away
hmm
as the winner.
Right.
So my biggest thing was like I did not want to let him win.
hmm
So I refused to
React.
after, like I left and did all of that.
hmm
I refused the reaction.
hmm
Killed him. Absolutely nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. I got nothing to say anymore. Like what is done is done,
hmm
you know?
See, now I went through that to where I
Mhm.
was like, you know what, I'm not gonna
Don't
give
engage.
you a reaction per se.
Mhm.
But before I was healing,
Mhm. Yeah.
I wouldn't give the reaction he wanted per se,
Mhm.
but I would still give a reaction.
Mhm.
It was usually a smart aleck one or a mean one.
Right.
I was the one being unkind, but I fixed it. I stopped doing that because I feel like that fed into it too. You know what I mean? That wasn't necessarily a that's what I'm sure they don't want you to be mean to them, hurt their feel goods for once,
Oh no, of course not.
but it was still a reaction.
And so one of my exes was the worst for pushing and pushing and pushing to the point until I just wanted to explode
Mhm.
and then video me exploding.
Mhm. I didn't get recorded.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
with those. Like,
And then, because then I'm the bad guy and
mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and that's what it gets turned around as. Even if
Mhm.
there's no recordings, it always goes back to so that was something I had to learn too, is not to care.
Yes.
And I had to be taught that. I couldn't do it on my own. Like, why do you care? Like, if they go here, here, and here
Mhm.
and say, "Oh, well, she did this," why do you care what they think?
Right.
Because if they're gonna buy into it and they're gonna believe that situation, then who cares?
Right.
And I had to learn that one because I have a problem. "Hi, my name's Andrea, and I have a problem." No, but really, I do. I care too much about what people think,
Mm.
and I think that came from, you know, a younger age, I guess, because I always felt like I had to be good and, I always had to put nice things on and look presentable when you go out and, um,
So
put on a front, I guess, because I didn't give a crap. I'd throw my hair in a ponytail and wear sweats.
mine's more related to my mood.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, if I'm in a good mood, then I care what people think.
Mhm.
And if I'm not in a good mood, then I don't care. I mean, I don't wear my pajamas in public, but
I would.
I wear my sweatpants and a hoodie and, you know,
Yeah, see, mine's all the time. I always cared what people thought,
mm, yeah.
but I'm trying to stop. That's where I've started. Like I've started like I'll go out in public in some stupid slides and some sweatpants or something. Because why do you care?
Yeah.
Um, but another part of the emotional for me was with grief
Mhm.
because I
Our emotional
would,
support animal.
yeah, my emotional support brat. Um, but I would like I felt like any other time if I'm angry, like I'll let that out. But if I'm sad about like certain situation, like if I'm trying to grieve and I couldn't cry, I couldn't do it. And I had a therapist tell me one time because crying is a big thing that I didn't want to let out. I think that's why I do it so much now.
Mm,
Um,
mhm.
so I didn't want to. I didn't want to seem weak.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't cry about things. I would
Mhm,
hold it all in.
mhm.
And my therapist told me, what's the saddest song you can think of? And I was like, I don't know. And I named one.
Mhm.
And she was like, okay, would that song make you cry? And I was like, oh my goodness, like a baby. Like if it comes on and people are around, I have to turn it because, I would cry like a baby.
Right.
Turn it on, listen to it,
Get it out.
get it out. Even if you have to listen to it on repeat a few times, get it out. The most I want you to listen to it is 3 times. And then you just cut it out.
Right, right.
No.
So, I always cried in the shower. That was like, my thing.
Mhm.
So that a way, you know, if my eyes looked too bad, then it would be, "Oh, I got shampoo in my eye." Yeah.
See, the shower is my happy time. I gotta turn on my music and belt it out like I'm Mariah Carey.
Right.
I can't be crying during my concert.
You're hilarious. So, yeah. So my other one,
Do you have a brush
I don't.
for me?
Go get it from your dad. Go get it from your dad.
He doesn't have one.
Children are fun.
yeah, they are.
Yeah. I want to take a
Um,
picture of you.
no.
Are you not taking a picture?
All right. So one of the other ones is personal accountability.
No. That one's hard
Mm,
because I feel like I don't like saying I'm wrong.
mhm.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. So when I went through my intense therapy, hmm, hmm, I had to make a list
Mhm.
of the wrongs that I had done. Because at this point in that therapy, I had already conquered the wrongs that were done to me,
Mhm.
right? And even if, like we felt like we were wrong or whatever, we had to go and do a personal, either a personal I forgive you
Mhm.
or a personal face to face I'm sorry,
Right.
you know? Talking about slaying some demons.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, girl, let me tell you, that was probably, well, another really hard thing that I had to do.
With pride.
Oh, with pride, with forgiveness,
Mhm.
with all of it, all of it. Saying it out loud makes it so real,
Mhm.
so real.
Yep.
And I'll never forget like the little town that we grew up in.
Mhm.
And I went to the local um, little cafe, and one of the girls we went to school with was just kind of like, "Hey, what are you doing in here? I haven't seen you in years." Because that is a place I drive through,
Uh-huh.
not to.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
We don't stop. We don't even roll down our windows.
no, I'll make sure I got on sunglasses and a hat or something, cause like,
Yeah. Turning this way
and
with your hand on the window, like,
yes,
yeah.
and I literally just said, slaying some demons, because that's literally what I was doing.
Mhm.
Because I had to offer the forgiveness. I had to, then after I forgave, right, and let it go,
Mhm.
then I had to say, I apologize if there was anything that I had done that hurt you, right?
Mhm.
That's the last thing I wanted to do. The last thing.
Mhm. See, I don't really. If I hurt anybody when I was in high school, I don't know. I feel really bad because I didn't. I don't think it would have been intentional.
Right. I mean, mine wasn't intentional, but it
Maybe I
still
was just
happened.
being a B word. Because sometimes that happened,
Mhm.
but my big one, my big ones with the saying sorries would be as an adult. I think I would be okay with, if somebody said you really hurt my feelings when we were in high school, I would be like, oh my goodness, I would be okay with saying I'm sorry. That was never intentional.
Yeah, no.
Or if it was
Those
intentional, then I'm really sorry. I was just a see you next Tuesday, and I
yeah.
apologize for being a see you next Tuesday. But it's the stuff as an adult. I treated a lot of people like crap, especially in that relationship that was
Mhm.
bad.
Mhm.
I It's almost like I lashed out towards people.
Mhm.
But even before that relationship, when I was going through crap in my head, because um, I was,
Yes, absolutely.
I got married at 17 years old. I had
Yeah.
babies. I was I had my last kid at 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I had
that's young, and
my
that's
first
not
at
to
18.
excuse it.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to excuse anything I did because it was wrong, but it would be hard
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
face those people and apologize.
It was so hard. It was so hard. But the main thing, um, I mean, I can go on all night about that, but like it showed me a pattern
Mhm.
when I went through that, of why I done the things I had done and chose the people I had chose.
Mhm.
And that was such a huge eye opener.
Mhm.
Like, it was life changing.
Yeah,
It was life changing.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I'm probably gonna have to at some point in the healing journey. Probably once I talk to a therapist again. I haven't talked to a therapist since I was like 22.
Yeah. Write it down. Get it out. But you got to say it out loud. So definitely wait until you're by yourself somewhere, or driving in your car somewhere, or something to that effect, and read it out loud.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Once it's said out loud, I didn't believe this until I did it.
Mhm.
Once it's said out loud, like, I would instantly bawl and cry, because I was just like, "Oh my gosh,"
Mhm.
you
You
know?
held it
Yeah,
for so
yeah.
long. The
Once it's said out loud, it
weight, the
is
guilt.
making it like, yeah, then it's real.
What about to the person? Like, I know you're saying write it down, say it out loud, but what about to the actual person that you're apologizing to?
So the name of the game was only if it's a safe environment.
Okay.
So I didn't like obviously go to every single person that I know I had wronged, because some of those were very unsafe environments either for me or for them. But
Okay.
depending on the environment
Right.
or aka person.
Sorry, Damien.
But yeah, so it really just depended on what the forgiveness was for and what my apology was for, whether it was something specific or just the generic, if I did do anything to hurt you, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there was some I had to write that out.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that's like going before Jesus. That's what drives me nuts. Like, you know how you're supposed to like atone for all of you. I don't remember.
Yes. Yes. And I didn't either.
I blocked out.
Mhm.
I would say a good 65% of my life.
Mhm.
I don't remember, and I know
Yeah.
that's trauma.
Yeah.
I got a lot of trauma blocks,
Yeah.
and I keep getting told like I need to go and do whatever kind of therapy it is that helps me remember. I don't. I don't want to.
Right. Right.
Like, but it'll relieve so much of your tension, of your, with your mental health. Like it relieves so much. I'm like, I, I don't think it will. I think it's gonna bring everything back to the forefront of my brain and
Yeah, because then
screw
you're
everything
reliving
worse.
it,
Yeah.
and that was to relive it is something totally different.
Well, when I was having panic attacks real bad,
Mhm.
especially in the beginning, every single time I had a panic attack, I would remember things that I forgot.
Really?
Which would put me in bed for at least 24 hours, and I would cry and have to take a nerve pill because it was so upsetting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the worst. I think that's what scares me the most about my panic attacks is it was bringing everything that I feel like I worked really hard to forget.
Yeah.
Worked
Mm.
really hard on that trauma brain to just shut off.
Yeah. How dare they open the gates?
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Yeah.
What do you want to go to next, girl?
Let's go to habits and addictions.
Mm.
I think that that kind of goes along with what we were talking about because that would be a huge thing when I was younger, especially.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's where a lot of people get in their heads with addiction
Yeah. Absolutely.
because I don't think
Mhm.
there's many people who are in addiction who didn't get there from some sort of trauma.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, and I've got a lot of things that I'm addicted to that I shouldn't watching the same 4 shows over and over again. That's an addiction.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not being able to put a book down and reading for 24 hours at a time because I need to know how everything goes. That's an addiction. Waking up and smoking a cigarette, happen to have a cigarette at certain points while I'm driving, like they're all addictions.
Huh. Yeah.
So being addicted to drama, being addicted to holding on to your trauma.
Mm. Oh yes.
I feel like a lot of people use
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. I definitely. You got it. Set the other one on the desk. Thank you for our drinks.
This one has a strong. I wanted to try it.
You need to try it because you already drank it. You already drank yours, so you drank mine too. You know what it tastes like.
I'm allowed to have one?
You said you're buying your own.
Okay.
You said money went hers.
Funny how that works.
Children, ladies and gentlemen, children.
All the time.
Well, the caramel in this thing is so stinking good.
So delicious.
But yeah, I just feel like habits and addictions, being addicted to going back.
It's like a cycle. It's so hard to. So what I tell people is it is something that you want out of, you want away from,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a box that you've put yourself in. And once you get out of that box, it is uncomfortable because you don't know anything else.
Mhm.
So you go back into the box because
But-
that's where it's comfortable.
Do you really not know anything else? Or is that just what you're telling yourself?
So let me tell you a little story, girl. Story time. When I left my first abuser, right,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
I had this weight lifted off of me and the freedom, and I started drinking.
But let me ask you a question. In the middle of the story time.
Yeah, tell me.
And this is no
Or
judgment.
ask.
No judgment. But just a question.
Mhm.
The weight was lifted.
Mhm.
You left.
Mhm.
You started drinking.
Mhm.
But you knew what normal was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your parents were
Yes.
Your parents were married, your whole life.
48 years, yeah. Mhm.
So you knew what normal was.
I did. Solid relationship. They had a solid relationship.
The best.
Yeah.
Make fun of each other in the appropriate ways.
They had fun, yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely did.
But normal for you was
Was the
different.
abuse. No, it was just what they beat you down to.
It is.
You know?
But did you want what your parents had in
Oh,
the beginning?
absolutely. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want that?
I didn't want what my parents had.
Okay, well, wait a minute. I meant what my parents have. Oops, I hit my mic. No, I mean, who doesn't want what my parents have?
Who doesn't want the family with the parents who stayed married and
Right,
loved each
right.
other unconditionally and made fun of each other and loved and
Had a
laughed
good time,
and
and yeah,
raised their kids together and
absolutely.
Parents who were around. It is what it is at this point. But yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like in reality, we know better.
Yes, yes.
My parents might not have been together, but my grandparents were.
Right.
My grandparents were the greatest people I
Hmm.
knew. And I can even just, pinpoint there because it was mainly my dad's parents. They were my favorite humans.
Yeah.
They were 12 years apart, but they were picture perfect.
Yeah.
When grandma was yelling for him and the Homer, you know what I mean? He would sit there, look at me, roll his eyes, and get up and go see what she wanted. Because
Right.
he knew that's what he had to do. To shut her up, probably. But we know what normal looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
We know what love is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
But that's not what it looked like for us.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
I
Mm-mm.
feel like we let them beat us down and put so much in our head, but at the back to the self accountability. In all reality, we could have left. We knew better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it took a long time to remember that.
Yeah.
I used to think that I was the hottest thing around. I didn't care what anybody thought. I don't care who was standing next to me. I'm me. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But then he got in my head and knocked me down.
Mhm.
And even now, like, I can go out, get dressed up, be like, yes, girl, do you. You know what I mean? Whatever the kids say nowadays.
Right.
Slay, or my one is doing this. I don't know. We did this. It was for a different reason.
Right.
But you still have the inner dialogue. You look in the mirror and
Yeah.
you're like, I gotta change. This makes me look fat. I gotta have high waisted jeans. You know what I mean? I can't have my crow's feet are showing, or my wrinkles on my forehead, or you
Mhm.
know what I mean. Everything is just a reduction.
Mm. Yeah.
So we know, but we don't. I don't know.
I feel like it just became the new normal
Mm-hmm.
for me. And the hardest part of leaving was to admit that you were in that situation and have to let everybody else know what you've been going through in order to get out of that situation.
That didn't work that way for me.
Really?
Once everybody knew what I was going through, they were like trying to talk me out of leaving and getting out of that situation. And I'm stupid, and I kept going back. My dad drove all the way to North Carolina
Mm.
from Ohio to come and get me and my brother's truck that I drove. And we stopped a little ways outside of where I was.
Mhm.
We were probably about an hour to an hour and a half away, and we stopped at a campground because they drove all night to come and get me and turned around, and we were going back, and they needed some sleep. So I snuck out and left
Oh my gosh.
in the middle of the night. I
Mhm.
knew I needed to leave. They were offering me an out. You know how many times I went home and my siblings would be like, "You're stupid." That my sister completely cut me off
Mm.
because I wouldn't stop going back. My cousins, they cut me off. I feel like still some people in my family still look at me like I'm that.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time. Gosh.
Yeah.
I haven't 2011.
Wow.
So it's been a long time, and I feel like I still get looked at like I'm that person, and I haven't been that person in a long time.
Right.
I think that keeps us sucked in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that I feel like I can never escape who I was then, even though
Mm.
I told, but I kept going back.
Mhm.
After you told,
Yeah.
you left.
Right.
I was stupid.
Oh shoot.
But I really
No.
felt like I got home, or every time I get home, one, he wouldn't leave me alone. I'd block his number, he'd email me. I'm looking up on Google, how do you block somebody on your email, and you can't. But I had important emails, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to find jobs, I'm trying to do all this, and he's emailing me, not only the I'm sorry's and I love yous, but sprinkled in through there you're stupid, you're worthless, nobody wants you. You might as well come back to me because at least I wanted you.
Mm.
I might have wanted Tiffany and Sasha, and these aren't real names. Monica, what are all the Lou Bega song names? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Petey Pablo. I'm pretty sure they were all of them.
Right.
Then some.
Yeah.
But I kept one back.
So what was you thinking in that process? Like, I'm gonna go back. What did you what was your thought process to make you just be like, okay, I'm gonna go back?
Because nobody else would love me. I was afraid to be alone.
Really?
I don't like to be alone.
Mm.
I don't want to die alone. I don't want to be alone. And he made me think that nobody else wanted me.
Mm.
So why not stay where I was, stay where it was safe.
Mm.
Because it wasn't safe.
Mm.
Not for me. Physically. Mentally.
Right.
But somehow in my
My straw
stupid
splat.
trauma mind, it was safe. Because
Yeah.
it was normal. I think that's where we get confused. We confuse safe and normal.
Mhm.
I wasn't safe, but it was my normal.
Yeah.
And
Going
your
back into
normal
the
feels
box.
safe.
Yeah. Now I did leave like twice before my final gone.
And why did you
And
keep them
well, once I left the baby behind for my own safety. Had to go back.
back? Yeah.
And the second time, I had stayed gone for a weekend and had convinced myself that I was married, we had a kid together, and blah, blah, blah. And I went back. So, you know,
Stupidity at its finest, friend. Trauma bonding
yeah.
in relationships. That's
Oof. Yeah.
more trauma. Toxicity.
Yes, at its finest.
It was so toxic. But I feel like my life was toxic.
Mhm. Mm.
Not all parts of my life,
Right.
but a good majority of my life was toxic.
So you mean like prior to that relationship or just during that relationship, everything
I
was?
feel like there's a lot of my life that has been toxic.
Mm.
Like prior to the relationship, prior to adulthood.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't have all the people in places that they should have been
Mm.
within my life. I was the oldest in a long line of children.
Mm.
And in my mom's house, I was the oldest for a long time. I was the only kid for a long time,
Mhm.
you know, and then my other siblings came along and we all get along fantastically. Like, I would do anything for those kids. And then my dad, it was like a competition. But I was the oldest. I automatically lost. I was dead in the water. Because he liked the shiny new thing.
Mm.
And when him and my mom got divorced, I was 3. And I was easily tossed aside at 3 years old for the new life. And then the
Mhm.
new kid.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was just a long line of that.
Mhm.
Where by the time he got to his third wife, I was closer to his wife than to him. Because his wife loved me.
Right.
And I felt like it was the same with his second. His wife loved me,
Mm.
but he never did. And then once all of us, because including me, there's 6 of us, once we got older
Mhm.
and he had already had the 3 divorces and was dating again, then it was whatever woman he was dating at the time, it was her and her kids. Even now,
Mm.
it's not us. I don't know if he talks to the 2 kids that live near him very often, but I know I get a phone call seldomly.
Wow.
It's usually if he's telling me that he's coming in town, or sometimes I don't even know he's coming in town. He just shows up. Or I see on Facebook or something that, oh, he was here, but now he's gone. He came in October,
Mm.
brought my siblings, at least one of them, because I saw pictures of at least one of them here. No idea. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been it really, I don't know, I feel like it really showed me what, I don't know, I don't know. It showed me nothing really, because there was nothing. But and I think that's where forgiveness and letting go comes in,
Yeah.
because I feel like, I don't know, I've never talked to a therapist about it, but I feel like I can forgive somebody, but I don't have to forget,
Yeah.
because if you forget, then that history repeats itself,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and I refuse to allow history to repeat itself. But I need to let it go.
Yeah.
Elsa just really had the greatest idea ever, just like Spidey in this bitch.
Let it go.
Exactly. I just gotta let out the Spidey wig or webs and just let it go, or Elsa's, whatever you want to call it, ice.
Mhm.
But it's hard
Mm.
because you think
Very.
you forgive somebody. Have you ever thought you forgave somebody
Yes.
and then saw them and was like, this
Yes.
bitch?
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
I feel like that's a lot of that
Yeah.
childhood trauma. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Are there people you don't think you can forgive in your life?
Mm. Yeah. There's a couple of those.
Is there?
Yeah. Mhm. What about you?
Yeah. But I want to, because the Bible tells you to forgive. I'm trying to be a better person. I really am. While I'm trying this whole healing journey. I'm trying to be a better
So,
person.
I mean, the whole forgiveness is for another episode, because let me tell you, that could.
I just don't know if I can do it with some people. To be honest.
There are some that, I broke my soul tie with them, but,
Yeah.
you know.
What about the people that, because like I said, there's people who I want to forgive,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I can.
Mhm.
Like, I don't care about airing out this because ain't nothing about social media, anyways. Um, Chuck's side of the family. So
Mhm.
my dad.
Mhm.
When my grandparents died, they washed their hands of me. I was nothing.
Mm.
Um, and my grandma died when I was in basic training, and my grandpa died the Father's Day after. So it was like November 1st is when my grandma died,
Mhm.
and then the following Father's Day, my grandpa died, and they don't talk to me. They haven't. Now, if I run into him at the grocery store or something stupid, we
Right.
live in a tiny town.
Right.
They'll talk to me, but that's it. Like, I don't know if I can forget that,
No, no.
but I mean, I want to.
Yeah.
I don't. My aunt is sick right now.
No.
I don't want to hold on to that,
Right.
but at the same time, that goes back into the stupid
I don't see
feelings
the
that
tissues.
the idiots
Yes.
that we were in relationships with brought up
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chuck, why wasn't I good enough for him to stick around?
Right.
So, yeah, another episode.
Yes.
So much.
So much that could be unpacked on that one. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Discipline and consistency.
Mm. That is hard work.
Especially internally. Like that's
Yeah. Hard work. I know like when I went through my therapy, I had to it's what I refer to as like trying to reprogram my brain.
Mhm.
Kind of like how you have to reboot a computer because
We're too old for that. I don't know if we have to go back to
oh
that
my
old
gosh.
that old box screen thing that you stick floppy disks in. That would be resetting our brain. It'd never come back on.
Right? The floppy would break in there. I had that happen one time. Freak out mode. But anyways, yeah, like no, I had to every time I thought something, I until I stayed consistent on it because it is a process because I'd have to like, oh my gosh, like, I don't like the way this looks on me or you know.
Mhm.
Then I would be like, no, don't think that. You
Mhm.
can't think that way.
Right.
You have to think this looks good on me
Mhm.
or whatever the case may be, right? Like my big nose. I can't even tell you how long it took me to be like, it's my nose, like, oh, bruh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you know how it's like when we were kids? Things. You know how things change.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure.
Well, my butt when we were kids was the worst thing ever.
I know. I hated people calling me bubble butt,
Exactly.
but now I'm all like,
Exactly. But now,
right, right. I had to get used to it, but
and you do the internal dialogue. Like you put on
mhm,
clothes and you're like, you do something different with your makeup or wear your
mhm,
hair a certain way and it accentuates certain parts of your face or certain parts of your body.
mhm.
And
Yeah,
it's hard to stay disciplined with that
it is.
because it's things that this is internal.
Right, right.
So who knows?
It took me years to get to the point of where I could actually think positive about myself.
Hmm.
Years.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just, I did my best to focus on like a certain area of my life, like, oh, I didn't do that right. And then, like, you know what? No, that is okay. That's right. That's the way I do it. And yeah, it took years
Yeah.
just to get to a point to where I'd be okay with myself.
Because I feel like when it's internal dialogue, when it's the things
Mhm.
inside your brain,
Mhm.
it's who's gonna know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My mom's or nobody's gonna scold me, smack my hand for thinking that, oh my goodness, I look so fat in this outfit.
Right.
Or oh my goodness, ew, I really am a 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
nobody knows that but you.
Exactly.
So then you have to rewire yourself.
You do. Yeah. It was hard. It was so hard.
Mhm.
So hard.
Then I felt like because I tried for a while, I tried for a while the rubber band thing.
Oh yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
work.
When you think something bad, you just flip yourself, and then I'm like, okay, well now I'm abusing myself. I haven't had enough of that in my life. Here, let me beat me too.
And now I would have bruises if I tried that now. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness.
Not for me.
Funny.
Listen, I tried that too, but like I got to a point to where I'm like, that hurts. I'm not doing that. And I would still think negative. But yeah,
Like
crazy.
the swear jar in your own house.
Yeah, I tried that too.
Like, I'm gonna stop cussing. I'm gonna put $1 in that jar every time I do. Ain't nobody around.
Right. Who heard it?
Right. The ghost around here? Nope.
Yeah.
If he is, he can take $1 out of my purse later.
Add it up, baby.
Joke's on him. I got a card.
Swear. Yeah.
What about thought?
What does that one have on it?
I know it's
Not entertaining every intrusive or negative thought. I think we just covered that one.
yeah.
And choosing where your focus goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still struggling with that actually.
Mm-hmm.
And limiting overthinking. Still struggling with that one too.
That's called anxiety, Britt. I'm stuck with that. Like me and anxiety are BFFs.
Yeah.
When I am trying to get better, I feel like it's with the thoughts. You know what I mean? You gotta try and feel better about it all. And my friend, I'm not gonna say her name because we're, but she tells me all the time, you have to tell yourself this isn't real. It's just me overthinking. This isn't real. This isn't happening. You need to stop. And then she would tell me like, okay, well, what do you see? And I would say something that I saw. What do you smell? And I would say something that I smelled. What do you hear? And I would say something that I hear. And what do you feel? And by the time we got through that list, I had calmed down.
Right.
So it's a matter of telling, like, you have to get in your own brain, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's your brain.
Right.
But it's like you're outside a door, just beating on the door because it's locked.
Yeah, and to even have to conquer that. Yeah.
I don't know, over here. Focus and attention.
It's another good one.
I know. Usher's on it today.
Yeah, he is. Training your mind not to chase distractions. And staying present instead of constantly escaping. So.
Remember that flight I told you about? Yeah, if you don't want to be in the... I don't know, because part of me felt like that was healthy for me. I don't think it is, but I felt like it was.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that's what you do in the moment, like when bad things are happening, your brain goes in a different direction. So then when it's been doing that since you were young, that's why you do it. You know what I mean? Because that's what you started doing however young you were. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Been doing it own life. 42.
Hmm.
So 38 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a hard one to break.
Very, very hard.
And then what do you like? What do you do? Because this is, healing in chaos. And it's chaos because, not only is the world chaos and everything around you, you know, chaotic, but we're moms,
Ugh, yeah.
we're wives.
Yeah.
Like, we work.
Yeah.
Our entire lives are chaos. And
Nonstop.
how do you try to heal a little bit more each day living in chaos?
Usually with my the drive home and stuff while I am by myself,
Mhm.
I get the opportunity to focus on something. Yes, play my music and reflect on my day. Um, but at night when I'm laying in bed, like sometimes I can't sleep because I'm in pain, but like my brain won't shut off. I'm just replaying and replaying all of these things, the couldas, wouldas, shouldas,
Things you could have done differently.
Yeah,
things you should
absolutely.
have done differently.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Just in your day or in life.
both, both. But yeah, my music,
Reflect.
it does.
Same.
It does.
My music does go on my mood, but my music is also as bipolar as I am.
Mhm.
Because I can go from 1 minute my playlist is like Start Over by NF or
Mhm.
Hallelujah or
Mhm.
something like church, Jesus, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
and we'll go straight into gangster rap
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
like Diggy Graves comes on my radio
Mhm.
all the time. He's pretty much a permanent staple. I feel like any mood I'm in, he just makes it better.
Right?
Music you can dance to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That you've got to,
Yeah.
or else you think too much.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
I don't even know how I do it. I just do it. I try a little bit more each day to improve on what I did the day before,
Mhm.
as far as the things that I focus on,
Mhm.
um, the things that I let bother me, and the things that I let slide off.
This fly is bugging me.
I know, me too. Um,
We'll have to probably get ready to wrap up.
yep. Things are true. Next time, we're gonna do different stuff. We've got to come up with a whole new thing to talk about.
Mhm.
It's not just internal boundaries. We do those external boundaries too. Cutting people off and such.
Oh yes.
Um, also, some nice things that we've gotten the mental health notebooks for journaling,
Mhm. Mhm.
the mental health keychains and stickers, and
Yeah.
we've got all that stuff coming. So definitely a lot more to do, a lot more to talk
Absolutely.
about, a lot more to think about, ways to heal in life
Yeah.
with and through all of our chaos.
All the chaos.
Alright, well, I guess that means we're done
We're all done for this one.
for this one.